Looks like it's a little crooked, so let me just see if I can fix this before we get started. There. Just want to make sure. Okay, I'm a little closer right now, just to be sure you can see my information. But hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage at stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net to see more about me, to see our products, to place an order, to sign up for a workshop, or to join my team. Any questions, anything I can help you with, leave a comment here, and I'll do my best to help you. Hello, Meg. I'm glad that you could join us today. I'm a little late today. I just a few things going on, and I wanted to get on, but I just knew I wasn't going to be able to be on at my regular time. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller now so that you can see things a little better. This week I've been doing the Christmas Scottie, and I did bring in some things from the Santa Express on Wednesday on my YouTube. Okay, so you can always go back and see those. And this is these are my Scottie cards from Tuesday. Okay, so those, I made a Halloween one. Then I did this Christmas one, and then a birthday. Then Wednesday on YouTube, when I brought in the Santa Express, these are the cards I made for that. Okay. All right. So those are the cards I've made so far this week. Okay, and those are available. The Tuesday is available both on my Facebook page here and on YouTube. My YouTube page is just under my name, Sonia Ranger, and the one from Wednesday is on my YouTube page only. So I hope that you might decide to check that out. All right. So today I'm going to do. I saw this. I've done something similar, and I saw this from Lynn Dunn at Stamptastic Design. I'm not doing everything like she did it. I just got the basic measurements and stuff for this, and she called it an easy front fold flap card. Okay, so you start off with a whole piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11, and you're going to cut it in half. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yes, this will. Yeah, the 11-inch side, you cut that in half. So that's 5.5 at 5.5. So it would be this way. Turn my paper so I'm okay. So you can have two of these. So you're going to take one of them and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then you're going to fold and burnish that, just like we do for most of our cards that we make, the A2 cards. Okay, so you're going to do that. And then this other piece, instead of scoring it, you're going to cut it at 4 1/4. So you have two that are 4 1/4 this way and 5.5 that way. All right. These are going to become the bases of our cards. The base as, not basis. And this card, that we're going to cut this. And you can do any size you wanted. The way she did it was she cut it. Now you put just to make it a little easier, you put the fold at the top. She cut it at 3 inches. And that gives you like this. That's 3 inches by 4 1/4, and one that's 2.5 by 4 1/4. If you want to adjust those sizes, you can always do that. All right. Okay, so basically you just start out with a regular card base and cut that, and then the other half you're going to cut as if you're going to just do, you know, a layer at 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, then I did already cut out, I may do some more cutting, but I did cut out, whoops, some DSP. So if I can get a hold of things here, some DSP and some white cardstock, I might, because this is what she then did, is that she cut DSP to go on this piece and a 1/4 inch smaller. So this is, excuse me, 4 this way, 5.25 this way. And I'm not sure I'm going to leave them both this way, or, but she did, you could. Yeah, I think I will, just so you can see. Especially this is one that can go either direction. If it was a directional, you'd have to, you know, cut one piece different. But these snowflakes, and this is from the Santa Express. It has this on the back. I really like that paper, but I also like this side, so I just thought I would use this. Okay, so I'm gonna get my glue and my, oh, I'm not sure what I did with my, oh, here it is. Is it? Nope, it's not down there. Well, I just have to be careful because I don't know where my silicone mat is, but just, I usually use it so that I don't get glue all over my work surface and maybe have other stuff stick to it. I just have to be careful. Okay. When I turn off the camera, it'll be right here somewhere within easy reach. It's how life is. Okay, so I'm going to do both of these. And as I said, if you wanted, you could even, depending on, you know, they can be mix and match. So if you wanted, you could do either side. I'm just doing both of them this way. And you could make 2 cards like this, because this now is going to go, these are going to go on this, on the center of this. That's how she put it, was on the center. If you wanted to save on your DSP, you could cut it smaller, you know, so that you just have, it just goes a little bit under this. But just for the sake of ease, make it easier, I did not choose to do that. Now, so these would be attached, and this is the, and when she showed it, this one, she put in the middle, whoops, this way. Let me just make sure I've got that adhered, whoops, adhered well, it slid a little bit. There, so that goes there. And see, that can, once you're done with it, that will be able to stand up if you want it to. This one she did, I'm not going to glue this down right now because I want to play around with it a little bit. But this one she also did in the middle, but I realized if you wanted, you could even bring it all the way down here, because if it's in the middle, for sure this is not going to stand up for you because it'd be like this. But if you wanted it to stand up, you could even bring it down here, because then it would stand up. So really, you can adjust how, if you want this just in the middle, do you want it up a little bit above, a little bit below, or even all the way down so it will stand. Okay, so you have choices no matter what. You could even do the same with this. You could move it. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the middle. Today, just for the sake of making it just easy and hopefully not too confusing, I'm going to put them both in the center. And you don't have to do them, you know, I'm doing 2, but you could do 1 and then the other if you want, or you could, you know, you could do 2 that were exactly the same. It's whatever you want to do, okay? So, whoops, make sure I get this. Then she put, for this one, she cut some basic white and she stamped her, you know, did two. So she did two the same size. This is, because this is 3 by 4 1/4. She made these 2 3/4 by 4. Okay. If you wanted, you could choose to do some more DSP here. Where's mine? And if that's the case, if I can get a hold of it here, you could maybe even do something like this, or you could even do the same. And then in that case, if you wanted DSP, or maybe even some of the vellum that we have, or some of the other specialty paper, like the glitter paper, the white velvet paper, you know, whatever you want, you could actually do that instead. And then if you wanted the white in the center of that, you know, you just would do the DSP, the 2 3/4 by 4, and then especially if you want it to fill up the whole thing, you would do this 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, or you can stamp on this, punch out or cut out, or, you know, die cut or punch out. What's the word I want? A figure, you know, like if it's Christmas, you could do a Christmas tree, you could do a snowflake. I'm going to today do stuff with the dog, with the Scottie dog. But what I want to do is I'm going to put just the white, at least on this one. And I want to stamp, I'm going to stamp and put this plaid behind it. And I thought I had, did I not get out my ink? I thought I had my ink. I'm really crazy today because as I said, I was a little behind and I got myself a little mixed up here. So I just got to find where I have it. No, it's not over here. So I must have it out. Did I leave it out in the other room? So I wanted the mint macaron. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. People that know me would say, yep, that's normal for Sonia. Oh wow, I got it. Okay, now what I want to do is I just want to show you some things here. So I'm going to grab some scrap paper. And because this is a clear stamp, I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And the mint macaron, as you can see, it's a little darker. It's not maybe as light as you might want it, or you might want it that dark. So I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to try it and just show you. Make sure I get it. Okay. This, I just want to make sure I get a good impression. Is that? And that's stamped off. Now that's pretty light. And I maybe need to do a little, you know, to put a little more ink on there. So, but I just recommend doing this so that you know how dark it's going to be. Because sometimes, especially when if it's a new pad or it's freshly inked, it could come out darker than what you want. So it doesn't hurt to just do like a little experiment, a little auditioning, as my sister likes to call it, when you're trying something out. And I've got a little spot on here. I'm not sure what that is. Something stuck to it. So I'm going to get that off, because otherwise it's going to put a little there. So I have to re-ink it. Okay. And this, I'm just going to put it up a little bit like this. And the other thing with this is, if you wanted, you could even put it on the Stamparatus and then make it lighter, darker. And what I did was, I I decided to punch the Scotties out in black, okay, because I didn't want to take the time today to be stamping it, because I would definitely want to use my Stamparatus because I can't get it dark enough otherwise. It's just how it works for me. So, in this Scottie, I wanted to dress him up a little. But before I do that, I'm going to see what... I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. I'm just going to put this down here. May your days be furry and bright. Oh, I didn't get the... What happened there? See if I can line that up. Oh, nope. I'm going to turn this over because I don't know why I did that. You have two pieces of the paper. Let me try it again. And I was glad it would have been even worse if I wasn't on my... There. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't ink it up. Even, I don't know what happened. It was just wanting to give me a difficult time, I guess. So try this again. Try this one. Hopefully I can get this. Wow, it's a little crooked, but it's okay. And then I want to put him on here. But let me see. I've got a couple of... I think this actually is supposed to be... Oh, that's kind of wide. I was thinking about making a little bow. But this is more... This is really like... I believe this is supposed to be soft succulent. But I just thought, does it look close enough? And can I get the bow? I just thought rather than the punched bow, just to see how might I like it. So that's a possibility. I don't know that that looks really that good with it. I've got a few other things. I've got this. It's from our mint. Oh, whoa! I wasn't even thinking my... Oh my goodness. Silly Sonia here. The spool fell on the floor, and without thinking, I bent over, and I've got the cord to my microphone wrapped around a little bit around my neck to try to keep it so it's not dangling in front of the camera. And so when I did that, it was pulling it down, and I can't... Right now, I can't remember. No, really, I'm just combobulated. I can't remember the name of it. It's part of the... I believe this... I think this one was part of the Santa Express. I can look in the catalog in just a second, so I can tell you for sure. Or it could have been with the gnomes. I don't. I'm all confused right now. Where is my catalog? Was right here, and of course now I'm afraid to move. I will write it. I will list it in a comment down below. So this could even be like I could make a little bow. It's a little longer than I want. Let's see, a little bigger. Let me try and make it just a little smaller. Let me just take a breath. And I know for sure what you see is what you get here. Yes, Meg, thank you. Always good to review your options. I just see that there. So this could go there. That's kind of... So let's just see. I'm going to put this guy on here. So before I might pop him up. So before I decide that I want to do the... Let me just... Where's my scissors? I'm going to trim this down a little. And I think this has to be just a little more, trimmed a little more. Okay. Still maybe a little big. Let me just, there. So do I like that one? I don't think I like this. I think this is a little too much. Then we also have, this is the metallic edge cotton ribbon. So I'll make a little bow with that. If I can here. I don't want to get it closer to the end here. so I don't have to cut off too much of the there. I'll play around with this. Why is it? It's not cooperating. Try it again. Why is that not cooperating? There, that's, well, it's a little better. Okay. And there's that. So that could go on, go here. Let me just trim this down a little. All right. And maybe I'll just, because I got two of them, I can do different bows too if I like. And then that could go there. That's not bad. I think I might like this one better actually, but that's pretty puffy. Maybe this needs to be just a little smaller if I can make it just a little smaller. Decisions. What do I want to do? Oop, I didn't get that quite the way I wanted. Didn't cut. Oh well. There. I had to. So there's that one. That one might work. The other thing I also have is this, but it might be, I don't know if it'll be too much with the little tartan behind him, but let me just see here. Oh, that may not be bad. That's kind of cute, even though. Okay, let me trim this down. Okay, so I think, I'm not sure what, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got him here. So let me glue him on here. I should have done the edges probably first. And one more time, put him here. And I think I'm going to give him these. I found these. I'm not even sure that's the, I don't think that's the smallest one. I had got some 5mm eyes and I had them, but now of course I'm not finding them. And they were just a little bigger than I wanted. We did see there's some 3mm ones online. I think we're going to see if we can order those, because they can be kind of fun to have the movable eyes on them. But I'm going to do, oh, whoops, here it is on my finger. And I give him a rhinestone eye. There. I think that'll be all right. And now, before I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals, but first, I just want to see, which do I like better? That one? Any suggestions from people watching? I don't know. Or this one? Or this one? Well, the one thing with this is kind of fun. I'm just thinking maybe it's too much, and especially takes away with the eye there. So this one might be a little better. It's kind of neat because it kind of pulls the silver from the eye over. And in some ways I really like this one. You know what maybe I'll do is do the black check on one of the cards I'm making here, and I'll do another Scottie on the one going the other direction, and maybe put that on him. So where's my, grab my Stampin'. I like to use the mini glue dots for my bows. There, so I think that'll be all right. And then where's my dimensionals here? One on his head. Just doing it that way. Okay. And then maybe just like that. I don't know how everybody likes it. And then for the inside, it would just be another piece of that. I think I might stamp a little bit of the, like a Scottie, part of the Scottie on the bottom of this, just like he's peeking in. But just, and then you can add, you can either write in there where you want, or you could add another, like with this one, this is May Your Days Be Furry and Bright, and they also have one that says Merry Christmas, which of course right now, because I wanted to show you, they also have a Merry Christmas, so you could just say Merry Christmas on the inside, because that would go for anybody. But I'm just going to wait because I'm to do that, but I just wanted to show you that. And then this one going this direction. Now, where's my other, I had another Scottie I punched out. Oh, here he is. And so this one is, whoops, this one is, because this is a little smaller. So where did I put my ruler? Just so I can remind myself. This is, it's still going to be the 4 1/4 that way. And it's 2 1/2 that way. So this is going to be 3 3/4 by 2 by 3 3/4, because you want a 1/4 inch smaller. And again, if you wanted, you could put DSP in here, another coordinating one, or you could even do one of the fancier papers that we have. All right, I'm just gonna, basically, I'm gonna see about stamping the Scottie going this way, just to make it something a little different. Okay, and do I want to see, will this fit on there? I think it will. So I'm going to I think I'm going to do the same basic thing. He's just going to be a little different orientation. Let me see if this really will, that's going to fit on there. I think it might just fit if I can get my head in the right place. So I can see, because the camera here, it gets in the way. Yeah, it just fits. So he would go here. And then over here, what else do we have? You're Always Loved. And I don't know what I did with the Merry Christmas. Oh, here it is. I think I'm going to put this one, just put Merry Christmas over here. So let me do that. Now that I found the Merry Christmas. And it just fits there. Or you could put it, you could tip it. And this one I'm going to do this guy on, I think, just for something, just to have it a little different. Let's see, Meg said something. Oh, a little red rhinestone in the middle of the black and white ribbon. I could try that in a minute. See if we like that. Or actually, you know, because I punched him out. Now that I got this here. Let me do it. Let me see, try him instead of, have him facing the other direction. Because that's the other thing. If you punched him out, rather than stamping him. Now, there is a way to, I'm just not real good at it, to make your stamp go the opposite, stamp it the opposite direction. I'm not done it a lot, and I'm not as good at that, but it is a possibility. And I just had these, and I probably, don't know what I did with my, I'll just use these. Okay, put that there. Merry Christmas. Give him an eye. Because without the eye, especially when they're just punched, it looks to me like something's missing. Here's that. Now, let me see, get the red rhinestones. Oh, wait, put him first before I do that. Put him on the card. Silly. Okay. And I probably should have glued this part on before I put him in this bow on, but oh well, I still can do it. Just easier if everything, is flat. But it's all right, it will still work. There. Oh, he's kind of cute that way. The other direction. All right, so let me see. So this is basically the same card. It's just, a different orientation, and one of them is bigger than the other. But I could have made a totally different, even with a Scottie, I could have done something totally different. But part of it is just for ease today, make it easy, and to not have it last super long. There's that. That's kind of cute with the red there. And if you want, you can also add, I could do like this a few other places. Well, actually, if I do it there, maybe I'll do it here. I don't like this here, but I think maybe if I do it on either side of the, there, whoop, maybe. So there's that. And on this one, maybe just put, could also do, never fails. So let me see if I've got another one rather than these. I might like to. They want to do something other than red. Although I was thinking that because it mimics what I will just do this. Because then you need, come on. It's giving me a hard time right here. Do this, make it a little bigger maybe. Yeah, that's it. That's good enough. And as always, if you're doing it yourself, you can change up whatever you want. And again, this would have the white inside. And you could even say this backwards, like on here, if you wanted to say, where is it? What I need is a few more things on my tabletop here. But, so this goes this way. And if you just wanted to just like, you could even, if you wanted, this one says Merry Christmas on the outside. You could say, may your days be furry and bright on the inside. This one, may your days be furry and bright on the outside. You could say just say Merry Christmas on the inside, or, write a little note by hand, whatever. It's whatever you like. That's really the bottom line. Okay, so this would be one way that you could make, and it really does go pretty quickly for me. What really took the longest was deciding, how do I want to decorate this? Okay, but I think it was just a new little twist on some things. I've done some things more like this one in the past than this one. And again, you can change it up. It doesn't have to be right in the middle. If you put it over to the side and maybe have something bigger, you could even have, your greeting on the side, or you could have it, you know, stamp it on another piece and have it hanging over. It, you know, this one, if it's down further, then it will stand up. Let me just see here, like, because this one should stand up. Maybe some move back, so see, that will stand up. This one obviously won't because it's way up here, but if you did want it to stand up and you put it on the bottom, it would be able to stand up. Okay, so there you have it. And I would just kind of encourage you to try it and to try some different variations yourself. Okay, middle of the bow. Okay, all right, thank you everybody for watching. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. On Tuesday I will be back with some more stamping. I'm not exactly sure yet what I'm doing next week, but I've got a few days to decide that. And so anyway, I hope you will be able to join me then. Okay, so until we meet again, everyone, happy crafting. Bye-bye.